Life isn't at all like we think it should be. I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about we shouldn't have to pay for water, we shouldn't have to pay for land, we shouldn't have to pay for food. We should be able to go out, and I agree with that. We should be able to go out, especially if we're uh, vegetarians and fruitarians and stuff like that. But even at that, I mean, even people that eat meat eat fruits and vegetables and stuff. So I think that the world, all across the world, should be able to go out and freely acquire food from the trees, the fruit trees, and different things like that that's growing wild. I think they should be allowed to grow wild all over the land. And I just have this, when did people feel like they had to own land? Well, I did a little bit of research, and from according to Google, it's been like that since Nimrod. And that Nimrod set up different kingdoms and stuff for different people, and people owning land so that they can control their space and their resources and put up boundaries that people that would want to steal from them couldn't do that. Boy, you know that still happens anyway. If people want something, no matter how much you own or how much your property is or whatever, people are gonna steal from it because they don't have any for themselves. And somehow that does seem unfair that people go out there and grab up land and which it, but according to the my Google, my research, supposedly God uh, had certain pieces of land for his so-called people. Now, whatever God that was, I don't know because um, the God I know don't discriminate about who needs to get food and who don't need to get food and who don't need to have shelter and who needs to have shelter. My creator isn't like that. Don't grab up all the land, but according to this research, that's what I found out, that supposedly uh, God had 12 tribes of people that were supposedly his chosen people, his people that he wanted in the bloodline, whatever, you know. But there's other people out there too. Now, I don't understand all the concepts of why these people were and these people weren't, and where everybody came from, and how they got here, and how come they weren't included in God's chosen people uh, and stuff. But there's still people here, regardless of whether they're real humans, whether they're God's chosen people, whether they're whoever. They still are people. And there's very kind people out there, regardless of whether they call themselves uh, God's holy people or God's chosen people or whatever. They're still people, in my eyes. They still need to eat. The children still need to eat. Still need to have places where they can keep their families and stuff like that without having to pay an arm and a leg, without having to scratch around in the dirt like chickens, trying to find a way to live and find a way to eat and survive and be comfortable. I don't know, but what I know, like monkeys and apes and stuff like that, they thrive better out in the wild than they do like we need to do. So we're totally different than they are. We decided a long time ago that we needed to be more comfortable and not live in trees. We want to be protected from the elements, especially storms, especially cold winter. And of course, monkeys and stuff need that too, but they're in tropical areas where it don't get cold and things like that. So, but I don't understand the concept of somebody coming along and grabbing up a big gob of land like Abraham. God said, supposedly said to him, as far as your eyes can see, that's your land. And then he turned around and then Abraham told Lot, his cousin, that, or nephew, whatever, I think it was his nephew, told him, you take that land over there and I'll take this land. They were human beings. Who gave them the right to take that land as opposed to somebody else coming along that wasn't what? God's children? And then, of course, many, many thousands of years later, different countries formed governments and dictatorship and stuff like that. And they've already got the land sectioned off with what race and what nationality everybody is. So then Europe comes over here, which there's already people here, and start settling and coming in and conquering the people that were here and taking over the land. And then the people that came over here formed a government, which the native Indians already had their own individual governments in different tribes. Now, see, that again kind of bothers me that all the different kinds of Indians had their own tribes and had their own way of doing things. See, that's very confusing to me. And I don't understand why human beings can't all be in one accord. Why does everybody have to have their own little tribe? Why can't humanity just be one big happy family? So then they come over here, conquer this land, start a government, and then the government eventually takes over the land. I mean, there was a time that you could go out there and pick some land and put a claim on it and deem it as yours. And then you'd put up boundaries, and then you put up fences. Oh, no, you can't come in here and bother me and mine. I don't understand that. I mean, I do to a point, but why can't we all just be one big humanity of family and love each other and honor each other and help each other out? I don't understand that. I don't feel like we need to own land, which as of today, the way things are, you really don't. And you really didn't back then either, because you had to pay taxes. And if you didn't pay your taxes, you were penalized for it. As today, if you do not pay your property taxes, they'll come take your home away from you. So we really, truly don't own anything. So why can't we just be one big happy family across the world and care about each other and make sure that there's not a hungry or a homeless person on this planet. Nobody cold, nobody too hot, just like the three little bears and Goldilocks. Everybody working together. Why can't we do that? So, I'm here at home, working on my home, working for me, and if there's anything I can do for anybody at any point in time, I'm more than welcome to try it, to do it, whatever I can do. And I'm making my home as comfortable as I can with what I have. And it is coming along fairly well. And of course, we all work together here as much as we can because everybody here has their own families. My daughter, nephew, great nephew, no, great grandson, and my great grandson and grandkids down there, and my grandson down there. We all kind of work together. So why can't the world be like that everywhere? I don't understand. But anyway, I'm here in my home, in my camper, making things happen for me and trying to put out good energy and good love and light to lighten up the darkness around me and my bubble. Make things happen, folks, for yours and everybody.